Good morning.
Good morning, birthday guy.
By the way, this is a really up-to-date video. You're watching this, I think, 2 days from the day we're recording, because today is the 25th of February and we wanted to record on my birthday. Today's my birthday. And as my birthday, I have a wish for you guys. Roberta is doing the coffee. I'm gonna talk to you by myself because I have one wish that I hope you guys can help me achieve that. My gift for this year's birthday from you guys is that I want more love. Last week, the video we shot had so much hate, and seriously, I don't get the point. I mean, I'm not saying everyone should enjoy the videos we record and we edit, but if you don't like the videos we do, it's really simple. Go find another video. There's videos for everyone on YouTube. That's the cool thing about the platform. You can find videos for every taste. And if you don't like, what's the point of just like throwing hate? Because seems like sometimes people believe they should decide what we should leave. Just as a reminder, this is a documentary. This is our life. Basically, we want to show you as raw as possible our journey, what we are doing, where we are going, what we are learning, what we are enjoying. We just want to be honest with ourselves, because in 20 years from now we want to watch these videos and we want to know that that's actually what we lived back 20 years ago or right now. I mean, yeah, so basically I just want to ask you guys to be more understanding. If you enjoy the videos, that's all good. If you don't, that's all good also. That's no problem at all. The problem is when you start just throwing bad words and hate comments, because last week Roberta cried so much, and I'm serious. She at a point said, I don't want to have a channel anymore because it seems like people are just like throwing hate on us, and why should we live our lives based on the hate of everyone else? It just doesn't make any sense. So if you guys want the channel to keep going, it's really important just to support what we want to do, because after all, this is our life. I can decide whenever I cut my hair. I like my hair the way it is. So what's the problem if I don't cut my hair? And that means that we are being honest. We are showing everything we do. And since we started this channel, the reason why it's called Wildlife Crafting is because it's something that is being done along the way. It's not something that's ready. We don't want to be a sailing channel that all we do is sailing. We want to enjoy life. We want to discover new things. We want to go to new places. We want to meet new friends. We want to hang out with old friends. We want to also go sailing. We want to go surfing. We want to do tattoos. We want to be open for life. We want to say yes for life. And that's the reason why we decide that we're going to show what we really want to show and what we really do. And if we don't make 100% of you guys happy, sorry. And we hope we do make some of you happy, and we hope you enjoy even things that you would not do, because it's easy to like something that you want to do exactly the same thing, but it's much cooler if you learn how to respect the other and learn how to enjoy someone else's journey, even though you don't want to have the same journey, because that's our journey. So what do you think?
That's it.
I didn't tell her I was gonna say all that, but I feel like it's something that I really want, is just to have everyone this year more respectful.
We love to share with
we love to share with others, and we love when other people get excited about the journey we decide to have. And that's why we decide it's about time to have one of you guys here, so you can know for yourself that what you see is actually what we live. 2 weeks from now we're gonna do a draft.
Draw.
A draw. No one's gonna go to war. No, a draw. So 2 weeks from now we're gonna do a draw, and we're gonna invite one of our patrons to come aboard with us for a week. By the way, we're in Saco da Ribeira. Saco da Ribeira is a beautiful place. But on the next 2 months, we're gonna be in such a beautiful place with clear water, nice days, summer, just so many islands, and we want to share all of these with one of our patrons. So in 2 weeks from now, we're gonna draw a name, and who gets chose can come for a week in Odd. Of course, we're not gonna send you the airplane ticket. Sorry, we cannot afford that. But once you get to Odd, everything is on us. We're gonna have a great time. You're gonna see what's like.
Good luck.
Duca, let's talking. It's just today I woke up in my birthday, and
you need to be willing to listen to Duca.
Yeah, of course.
It's not like this all the time, you know.
And no worries, you don't need to get a tattoo. You get a tattoo if you want. If you want, you can get one. I'll give you one, amateur one. Don't expect nothing professional. But
talking about that, I didn't get any tattoo yet because I don't know if I want, when I want, what I want. If I want to do it, it's gonna be small, but I don't know. I didn't fall in love for any tattoo yet.
Yeah, people don't understand. I was joking on last week's episode. If I was pressuring Roberta to get a tattoo, she would probably have a tattoo already. We've been together for 15 years. We know each other. And I know that if she wants one day, she'll get one. If she doesn't want, she won't get one. And it's not up to me. It's up to her. We own our own body. It's my own body. And before we go, one last thing. For me, tattoo is not about the drawing. Someone's comment saying, you're gonna see 20 years from now that the skin is gonna be all bad and you're gonna regret having a tattoo. I do have tattoos for over 20 years. My first one is over 20 years and I never regret. And the reason why I get tattoos is because I'm in a really good moment and I want to always remember that. So when I look to this one, for example, that's the last one, I will remember that one night a month ago we caught 150 squids in 1 hour and we ate squids for 3 weeks. A week? No.
2 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. And 5 people. We ate squids every day. And that was so awesome. That's such a good memory that I want to bring with me forever. And that's how I freeze memories. That's it. Let's start this episode. Roll the intro.
I'm Roberta.
And I'm Duca.
And after 2 years bringing this sailboat that was neglected for over 22 years back to life, it's finally time to start exploring.
So don't forget to subscribe and to join us every Sunday for a new episode.
And we are back to Odd! Finally! After a car ride from our friends from sailing Yabá, we are here at Odd. And Duca is testing the dinghy.
Let's go!
And after 6 months living on board, this was the first time we got an empty gas bottle. And guess what? This happened during our 2 days crossing. Yeah, of course. So it was time to renew the gas bottle of Odd for the first time.
That was really easy actually, much easier than I thought. Hopefully one day we can get rid of gas and just have electric stove. So what's the hardest part of a trip when you go out of home for a while?
To organize the house.
Of course, we arrive and the house is just, I don't know, you can see, it's a completely mess. But today is the 31st of 2021 and that means we need to go out. We're our friends, we have like another 3 or 4 boats of friends around us and they're gonna go to a different anchorage because we're gonna spend New Year's there. And in order to do that, there is one important thing we need to do. I think we mentioned already, on the way in Ilhabela we broke the quadrant. I mean the quadrant is still working but it can break in half at any moment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the emergency tiller and leave in place. So in case the quadrant breaks, we have the tiller straight in place and we can maneuver the boat. That's the idea. First, let's see what's the situation of the quadrant. So I'm gonna go there and show you what we broke. One of the pieces of the quadrant. So this basically ripped apart because of the autopilot support. We built such a strong support that this time, instead of breaking the autopilot support, it broke the quadrant itself, and that is not good at all. In case this breaks, I think it's gonna hold, but just in case, we need to have a tiller ready to be used. Now, with this boat moving because it's rocking a lot, I'm gonna take out the tiller. This tiller is too small. This is for the wind vane. So I'm gonna take this one out and put the big one because we wanna move today. We want to go to a less busy place. Now we have the second half. So that means that this tiller goes all the way there. So now let's try this out. That's gonna be so cool. It's actually really good. Doesn't seem really heavy. I think I'm gonna take this part out. And then we are gonna just leave there, and if we have trouble, we put this in place.
Ready to go?
It's not windy today, but at least we're moving out of all these boats and going somewhere with our friends.
It's so busy here.
That's gonna be a good New Year's Eve. This is Chicama, QUINTO ELEMENTO, Touché. I guess here is gonna be our New Year's spot. All friends around, back at home at Odd. That's really good. I think we cannot stay that long away from Odd again. It's just too much. No, I mean, like, we love to travel. We had an amazing time on these last 2 months. We met so many cool people, and we are so thankful for everything and every opportunity that it show up. But it's good to be home. Really good. Let's have fun.
We are gonna have a barbecue. I already did the mayonnaise and the farofa. And there we go.
Yoo-hoo!
Don't fingir costume. We're all feeling very emotional right now. The onions. Yeah.
Let's go explore. Here is the girls' meeting. Let's see what the boys are doing. He's building a tool. Oh! One! That's a victory. Good.
First swim of the year. One more day in paradise. We are moving for the first time this year.
Yeah, we're just gonna go across the corner to see another anchorage. Yeah. Now let's open the door.
That's it. First time sailing this year. We have no autopilot installed, but look at this. The wheel doesn't move. So the idea is to go from here where we were to here, that's called Ilha das Cabras.
The island of the goats. Really light.
What happened with your finger?
Ooh, drone accident. Yesterday I just spread blood all over the drone. That was weird. It was saying that the drone was not, I need to calibrate the controller, but I have no idea how to calibrate the controller. I'm like, nah, I think it's fine. And we just launched the drone and then would not control, and was right next to the boat, sitting low, but the boat was going far and far because of the wind, and we could not reach the drone to get it back, and the control wouldn't respond. So I just stepped on the handrail and I grabbed the drone with one hand and tried to grab on the top to shut off from the top, and then I hit my... Yeah, it's all good.
And no drone footage. The day was amazingly, well, like a sunny day, a nice day, but no drone footage.
And now I cannot go to the water for a few days because I want this to heal properly. And if I go to the water every day to salt water, it won't heal. So, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Our destination right there.
And this is our track. We came from here, we went there, 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 and here. Let's see what we have planned.
When you say with neighbors, it's always like a decision in group. So let's see what's going on for lunch.
They don't have gas, so we might need to cook something here at Odd. Or maybe a barbecue again.
Another barbecue?
Another one.
This week we had like 3 or 4 barbecues already. Time to move!
Again!
There's almost no wind, but at least the wind is on the right direction, so that means we can just, you know, drift downwind to get back to where we were at the beginning. As you guys know, for the past 2 months we've been away from mud for a long time, like most of the time we're away from mud, so we're trying to put the house in order. The boat's still a mess, so it's good to be there, that it's easier to do things, to buy material. I need to go to the dentist, I need to go to the bank, I have a lot of bureaucracy to do. For now, we're gonna move in. I decided we're gonna try one of our new things that we brought from the trip. We got as a gift from one of our subscribers a new camera. Not sponsored by the way, but it's an Insta360 Go 2. That's a little tiny action camera. I'm gonna put here.
The first cockroach inside the boat, so hard to find it.
I tried to squish it with iced tea.
Finally! It's like pretty big, and if it's this big, that means it wasn't inside of the boat, came flying.
Roberta made a really good dad joke, and I'm very proud of her. So I tried to squash it with this mate leão, which is like, mate is like a tea, but also it means to kill. And that was Roberta's joke.
Proud.
That's it. Thanks so much, mate. That's great help. We can call up the day
So
now.
hot.
What are you doing?
Raising the centerboard.
Why?
I don't want a barnacles on my centerboard. The thing is, the centerboard when it's in the truck, it's so dark that there's no barnacles, and it's been down for 2-3 days already. I think it's safer to put up. Yeah, I mean.
The idea was to try the wind vane. I'm doing subtitles with wind vane. The idea is to try the centerboard down to see if the boat moves less in the anchorage, in the buoy, but it's the same.
Yeah, didn't change much. So we're gonna put the centerboard up, and it's also good because we need to, you know, move the centerboard every now and then so the blocks work and don't get stuck and everything. So yeah, and good exercise too. Today I'm gonna do something that is gonna be really cool. This is a Dyneema line. We're gonna do a soft stay for the arch, and this is gonna hold some of the tension of the boom. And in order to do that, we are gonna use this turnbuckle, and we're gonna use this kit. That's really cool. I always wanted to have this kit, and we brought from the US. One of our patrons actually gave this as a gift to us, and this is a complete splicing kit. And also we have something else we want to do, is to replace the blocks on the top of the arch. These 3 blocks are gonna be on the arch. We have some more toys here, but for later. Expect to see some new blocks in different locations. So this is for the second project. The first one is this one. So the first step towards creating this soft stay is to create an eye splice. And in order to do that, of course, I'm gonna stud on YouTube. Yeah, I decided to use this video from Rigging Doctor. He has a video that explains in depth. So basically I'm gonna follow his steps, and from this turnbuckle I'm gonna do one here that's gonna be here always, and the other one is gonna be just a eye splice with, I don't know how you call this kind of thing. It's just tricky for me sometimes to remember all these names in English, but it's gonna be an eye splice that I just go
Do you know the
inside.
name in Portuguese?
Not really. It's not just English, it's the names itself. I'm gonna make it and then I'm gonna show you the result. In order to show the step-by-step of doing that, I might just link his video to you because he knows much more about that than me. I'm just gonna follow his steps, so if you wanna do this, you just follow his step also. That's so cool. I did my first eye splice. This actually has a longer name. Let me just check the name so I say the right thing.
The splice I like to use is called
Mobius Brummel Locking Splice. In other words, it's a really strong splice that this is used for synthetic rigging actually, and as this is also gonna be kind of a rigging, that's a really good way of doing. So the top one is done. Really excited and proud of myself. That's so cool. Are you proud?
Yes.
See, Robert is proud of me too. So I think I'm gonna go there and check this in place. Let's.
It's a beautiful Splicing, baby.
Yeah, see? Yeah, this art is just like a challenge for me. I've been thinking about this art for like almost 2 years already, and we just like keep developing and developing, and I think this is gonna make the system even better. I think that's it, right? Before we cut this in, we're gonna do another eye splice here. So when I have the eye splice, it's gonna look like this. So I go through the inside.
You're gonna see.
I'm just so proud. Look at that. That's just a ring out of Dyneema that has a lot of strength. What do you think?
It's perfect.
So now that we have all the necessary parts and all the tools we need, I think it's time to try to assemble this thing and see if it works. The reason why I have this loop is because I want to connect something to the hull of the boat that's not metal, because the hull of our boat, as you know, is steel. So if I connect metal to metal, this is gonna break the paint and it's gonna rust really soon. So basically the loop is gonna be connected to the hull of the boat like this, and then the turnbuckle is gonna connect to this loop. But the last thing I wanna do before we install, I want to put some of this tape. This is just a out-fusion tape, just to protect from shaving. When you do a splicing, of course when you put tension it's gonna stretch a little bit. Let's pre-tension this now. Crazy how you see this line that's not Dyneema is stretching, and you don't see this stretching much. It's gonna make a huge difference, because now what we are doing is just stretching the splicing, because the splicing goes all the way to here around, and this end like all the way to here. So it's just stretching, and then once it's stretched, it won't move anymore.
Have you seen our new neighbors there? A trimaran. It's a family with 6 kids.
Let's see if this is enough. I believe it's enough.
We're gonna stretch the loop as well. I know, I had an idea. We take it out. We made it!
So now basically what's gonna happen, the main force on this arch is actually the blocks on the top of this center, and when you jibe, it tries to pull the arch up. So when that happens, some of the tension is gonna come to this soft stay. So this is gonna help a lot. Even though I don't believe this arch would go anywhere, just extra careful is not too much.
Today's finally the day we are gonna replace the I forgot the name. Blocks. Moitões.
Yeah, we're gonna put the blocks in place, but we're only gonna know if the sail is ready to have these blocks in place when we raise the main sail, because I think the boom is a little bit too low, but I think we still have space for the main sail to go a little bit higher, and maybe if we put the main sail higher, that means we don't need to cut the sail. If the sail cannot go enough higher, then we might need to just cut a little piece of the main sail. We might need to do a little modification on the reefing system for the main sail, so we can do all at once, so it's really simple. It actually uses less space, I believe, because before this would pull straight to here and this would touch this, but now this block comes to this block that's a little bit farther because it's on the back.
And now the final test.
Things working really good actually. The problem before,
because the former one has this little
pin, and this pin is meant to work like vertically, like always on the same position. I'll show you. It's supposed to work always like this.
Vertically.
So that means wrong option of block.
So this one has no pin inside.
That means it can work like easily sideways, see?
So we came to San Sebastian to go to the bank, to the dentist, and to go to the off town. What are you doing there?
Trying to figure out something. There is a leak somewhere, I'm not sure. Now I just saw there is a little trail coming from there. We have some sort of leak somewhere. That's the good thing about having a really bright white engine room, is that any tiny leak you see, but you need to solve.
We can see anything there.
Yeah, back then we thought it was clean. That was not clean at all.
Yeah.
Like before we painted, it was like, no, it's pretty clean. That was not
It
clean
wasn't.
at all. We found it. Check the color of the water. So it's a little bit brown water. And check the color of this water. You need to follow the track. Check the color of this water.
Once again, I was right.
So basically that water right there come from this hatch. We left the hatch open twice this week, and that means a lot of water came to the sink and fell to the floor, to the bilge, and this bilge is open to the other bilge. That means the boat's moving a lot and the water end up there.
You can see the opening there. It goes from here to here.
Here to this one and to the engine room. That means we just need to clean.
All good.
One less problem. We are just trying to get things ready because we want to set sail tomorrow. Tomorrow we are gonna meet a friend, Fernando. You met Fernando already? He's coming to visit us, and he's gonna be on an island called The Islands. That's weird. That's a weird name, but yeah, the island's called The Islands. And then we're gonna go probably after that around Yabá. That's the place we are right now. So we're gonna go to the islands, go around this island, and then we arrive here again. And then from here we go by car to Guarujá to fix the quadro, and then we can set sail again.
We have news here.
What's the news here?
Today I put the new curtains.
Good night of sleep today.
Yeah.
Now let's get the boat ready and let's get moving.